Who am I, you ask? Oh, a woman. If you can't tell, this wig is mine now, so... Shut up, diva. Quiet on the set. Hey, what's up guys? Babs Money here with another episode of Dragatha Christie's Unsolved Mysteries. And today, we are talking about some shit. The Below grocery store murders of 1993. The Below grocery store murders occurred on June 6th, 1993 in Windsor, North Carolina, which is a small town of like less than 5,000 people in Bertie County in the Inner Banks, a region of North Carolina that is somewhat coastal, but not quite so far out as the Outer Banks, so it's referred to as the Inner Banks. It was on the evening of June 6th that the manager and cashier on duty were finishing their nightly duties with the Sunday night cleaning crew, just going about their daily routine, nothing unusual. However, unbeknownst to them, there was a seventh person hiding in the back of the store waiting for them to finish closing. Already, bitch, this is giving me some like when a stranger calls, but like when a stranger shops, and I don't like it. Once the doors were locked around 6:15 p.m., this monster came out with a .45 caliber handgun. No to the ma'am. I would have shit my panties, died on sight, it would have been over. Over. Category closed. But I digress. He rounded up all 6 employees, took them to the back butcher room. He made one of them tie up the other ones with duct tape and dog leashes that had been taken off the shelves. And he also gagged them, so they're completely defenseless at this point. He then proceeded to stack them 2 by 2 in 3 stacks, with the intention of shooting through them all to conserve ammunition. Crazy as hell. But wait, bitch, there's more. He then proceeded to fire the gun into the stacks until he ran out of bullets. After that, he grabbed a butcher knife and started slashing at these bitches, going ham. And I do mean ham. He stabbed one employee so hard in the back that the knife broke off. Do you hear me? He crank yanked his ass, honey. No to the ma'am. He never made sure they were dead either. So he just leaves the back room, collects $3,000 in cash, the store keys in a cloth bag, and disappears into the night, never to be seen again. Bitch. Like I said, he never made sure they were dead. And one employee was able to get out of the duct tape, which was soaked with blood, crawl to the phone, and call the police. When the police arrived, they found 3 people dead, 2 people critically injured, and 1 person completely unharmed. I'll touch on this again later, but remember that. And the person unharmed later mentioned that they could even feel the trauma of the person above them being shot, which is kind of horrifying. The man who was unharmed was Jasper Hardy Jr., who told the assailant that he wasn't able to identify him, to which he replied, "I'm gonna let you live, big man." This case is just wild and scary, and I just have to take a moment sometimes because it's crazy to even think about. The people killed were the cashier, 36-year-old Joyce Coburn Reason, 47-year-old manager Grover Lee Cecil Jr., and 48-year-old cleaning crew member Johnny Rankins Jr. Joyce and Grover had been shot in the head, and Johnny had been shot in the back. Thomas E. Hardy, age 48, and Sylvester Welch Jr., age 40, were hospitalized in critical condition. Hardy was actually the employee who had been stabbed in the back and also had his throat slashed. So the fact he wasn't dead is beyond me. Welch had been shot in the back and was the one that crawled to the phone and called police. Y'all already know I'm going to include a description just in case this bitch is still out there and any of y'all see his whole ass. The unharmed individual described the assailant as a black male between 30 and 35 years old with a solid, slender build and a military-style haircut. He had light brown, slanted eyes and a narrow nose bridge that might have been caused by a sports injury. Keep in mind he would look between 57 and 62 now, so just factor that in there. At the time, the killer told his victims that he was a police officer who had been recently fired and therefore had nothing to lose. Bitch, that's crazy as hell, first of all. I'd be like, okay, well, That's fine, you know. You got fired. I feel you, sis. But like, diva, do you really gotta kill us? Like, no, you don't. You are acting the fool because you crazy as fuck. The mall is open, but ain't nobody shopping. The car is running, but there is no engine in sight. Police believe the man's statement about being a police officer is false due to the fact that an all-points bulletin was put out prompting calls from police departments around the nation. And then Bertie County Sheriff Wallace Perry said that many former officers had been ruled out as suspects and therefore the police are still unsure of the assailant's true identity. Meanwhile, the police also pursued other leads, such as a small white car with Maryland plates that was seen speeding north on Highway 17 shortly after the attack. With that being said, there are no leads in the case to this day. No one knows the suspect's true identity, nor do they know what his motives were. As I said before, he left with $3,000 and the store keys in a cloth bag into the night, never to be seen again. Did he brutally murder 3 people for $3,000? Or was he a serial killer who remains on the loose to this day? Now, a question I have that I said earlier I was going to touch on. Why he left someone unharmed? I get it. He said he couldn't identify him. You would think that wouldn't matter. They would just get rid of any witnesses. So it's just very strange to me that he left someone unharmed. Not saying that person had anything to do with it. I just question what made him decide to let that one person go. Because at this point, he didn't realize the other 2 people weren't dead. So in his mind, he was letting this one person live, and I just want to know why it was he did that. But bitch, I told y'all the shit was crazy. To sum it up, some whack job hides out in a grocery store, waits until close, comes out and rounds everybody up, and blasts their ass into high heaven. And then leaves. With 3 G's and some keys. What? Also, just wanted to point out the name of this episode, I'll M for Murder, is a little Alfred Hitchcock nod for any of you uncultured swine out there. Not that Hitchcock deserves any special recognition, really, because he was a misogynist and a piece of shit. But I digress. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode because I thoroughly enjoyed researching it. This shit was so crazy. With every sentence, I was more and more bewildered, flabbergasted, intrigued, and conflamed by this case. I want to know who this son of a bitch is. Who did it? Where are the espadrilles? Where are the espadrilles? I need to know. What are your theories? Was he someone who just wanted to rob a store and killed people in the process to do it? Or was he a serial killer who just happened to reap $3,000 from these murders? I think a little bit of both. Maybe he didn't ever kill again. Maybe he hadn't killed before. But I don't think his intention was just to rob the store. He wanted to kill those people. Drop the comments below and let me know what cases you want me to cover next, because to be quite frank with you, I've already decided what I'm gonna do, but the order could change at any time if something catches my attention enough, because that has already happened in my planning process. This is Babs Money, aka Dragatha Christie, signing off. Until next time, money chasers. Wham! Also, what the fuck is Windsor? Who is that? It is I, Barbara. Can you make your own sound effects for your YouTube videos? Or do you use iMovie like some chump? The world's only Cyndi Lauper impersonator. Normally, I just look like a painted lump of dough. And so, tonight, the fact that I look like a beautiful faggot. Ooh. This is how all people should wear their hair. To be quite honest with you, why would you not? Make it fashion, diva. Excuse my hair. Y'all seen all these fucked up takes where sometimes my hair is just going all over. You gotta excuse me. There was a tornado today. Not trying to be crucial, but it happened. A bitch was scared for her life, huddled up in the fucking tub with her blankets, getting toasted because, bitch, if I was about to leave this earth, I needed to do it right. America. Wham, baby. Chorizo. Oh my God, I know you lying.